Boom. Hi everybody, welcome to another YouTube video. So the last week you had a vlog and this week it's a tip of the week. So today we're gonna basically see how a beginner handstand session look like. So how somebody who can make a kick up, sometimes he can hold it, sometimes not. So somebody who's very inconsistent right now with the handstand, what is the best way to progress and how would a training session look like. So here I have Spela.
Hi.
Boom! So this is my friend Spela. So as most women, she's mostly interested in training her butt, but she's getting smarter and she's doing more and more stuff. Juggling still not there, but handstand getting closer. So right now she did a warm up, the whole thing. So let's just first take a look at the chest wall handstand. So basically go in a push-up support position. So let's say you all warmed up with the shoulders and everything. Boom. Go up to the wall, not all the way up to the wall, but actually like solid distance is okay. You can go all the way close because we have this beam here. And it's even better if the forearms are on a beam or if you use yoga blocks or something, because then it provides a bit of forearm assistance so it's easier to hold. So she's nice and flexible in the shoulders, so she has a very nice line. Here if she relaxes the pelvis a little bit, this is a good handstand. Boom, come down. It's quite a long hold. Boom. So if the flexibility is on point, then the whole thing is much easier. So how to test that? The easiest test would be here, going completely posterior, thumbs up, and then try to lift your hands above the head. So as you can see, I can here touch the wall maybe, but like with palms like this, not doable to touch the wall, completely posterior, so with lower back flat on the wall. So in that case, I have a little bit of shoulder limitation, so it would be a good idea for me to stretch those shoulders, which I do very frequently, but it's slowly getting better. But Spela, she has like basically perfect shoulder flexibility. Go against the wall with your back, boom, thumbs up, touch the wall, shoulder width apart with straight arms, of course, perfect. Try also like this, making sure lower back is on the wall. As you can see, fantastic flexibility. So this makes handstand a lot easier. So this is one of the goals if you want to have a perfect handstand. So boom. So she can do a chest to wall handstand, it's pretty solid. So let's say she can do about 5 sets of 20 seconds, that would be doable. In that case, she wants to learn how to balance. So right as of now, kick up, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. So with the handstand or any kind of skill training, it's very important to have a good success rate. So if you're failing 90% of the time, then you're doing the wrong thing 90% of the time. So whether you're juggling, it's always good to then catch the ball. So do a successful thing, maybe 1 rep, and boom, that's it. So you can go by trial and error. You can just kick up to a handstand, fail, go again, fail until you make it. So fake it until you make it. I did the same way, I learned it that way, so it's completely doable. But a bit more specific approach might be better, so you can actually learn it faster and it's way less frustrating. So a very good idea would be assisted holds. If you have a friend or somebody to assist you, so you try to perform a kick up and then somebody assists you. So Spela already knows how to do a kick up. So let's say how a beginner kick up would look like. I would say first of all, just you stand up straight. You don't start on the floor like this. This is a rookie thing. So we start here, we go with 1 foot forward. For me, my left leg is more comfortable. Later on, it's okay to practice it on both, but for now, it's just okay to go with your better leg. So boom, let's go here. We bring it forward, like bend the leg to lower the center of mass, yes? And then we just kick up to a handstand, put the leg together, and come back down, boom. So this is all a beginner should aim for. So not even going for a handstand. One thing is learning how to balance. Second thing is learning how to actually kick up into a handstand and catch it. So this I would say is the easiest kick up. So again, a beginner might go just like this. So 1 foot forward and just slightly, okay, boom. Then maybe a bit higher. Try to put the legs together, boom. So now you can see, okay, I need a little bit more juice to go up to the handstand. So in that case, I would go boom, make sure to push tall and then come down. So very important is also the shoulder position. So you want the shoulders to be slightly above in front of the wrists, so then the whole handstand is nicely stacked. If you're gonna open the shoulders too much, it's similar like standing on your heels, you know? If you open the shoulders too much, as soon as the hips go over or the feet go over, you will just lose balance. So let me show you here. This will be kicking up in the 2 open shoulder position. So see here I have very little control. Like I have practically no idea what the fuck is going on. So it is doable, but definitely more difficult, not very efficient. And the second one will be putting the shoulders too much in front. In that case, you also fall over. So if that's the case, putting the shoulders too much forward. So then when you go into a good line, you usually will end up falling forward. Which is also a thing I would suggest to learn. So if you're a beginner, learn how to fall. Because otherwise, when you'll be in a handstand, you actually have that fear that you're already falling forward, and it will stop you from progressing with balance. So make sure to learn how to fall. So in the case I was to fall over from a kick up, maybe get a hand forward, walk a little bit, or I would just go into a cartwheel. Boom. So I would really suggest learning this before going into the training. Boom. Now Spela, your turn. So first try just a very light kick up, just a little bit high, legs together, come back down. So not even up to the handstand. Boom. Perfect. One more. And with the kick-ups, I don't like fast tempo, so not one kick-up, second kick-up, third kick-up, you know. I actually like it when you're learning how to balance and you're learning how to catch the handstand. It's nice to really think about every kick-up. So if you do a kick-up like this, you're aiming for the handstand, but you end up here, then you can say, okay, kicked up a little bit too less, maybe try a bit more to get over into a handstand. If you kick up too much, then you can come back, don't just kick up right away. Take your time, take 5-10 seconds, maybe juggle a little bit more, focus, and let's say, okay, kick up a little bit less, go for the handstand. And be certain as well. So boom, let's now try kick up to a handstand, but not with intent to holding it, just lower down. Okay, so as you can see, she should have kicked up a bit more, so the hip should be a bit more over the shoulders and the feet a little bit higher up. One more. Shoulders a bit too open as well. One more. Yeah, very good. A little bit into a banana, but not bad, definitely acceptable. So this would be a very nice kick up, boom. So if you were to do this in sets, I would say maybe have 3, 4, 5 repetitions per set, and make sure that at least 3 are kind of successful. So this would be a successful rep. Let's go for another successful rep. Come down, yes. So again, you can see the shoulders too open here, so she should go with shoulders a little bit forward just to be able to catch the handstand. You have more range of motion there, and then push tall and open up the shoulders. Boom. Better, better, don't fall over. Good. Not bad, one more. Come here. And come down. Yes, very nice, take your time. Take your time. Okay, one more, good like this. Come down. Okay, nice safe with the hand forward. Shouldn't happen too often, but if it does, still okay. We're learning. Let's go one more. Always finish with a nice one. Come down. Yes, beautiful. Okay, fantastic. So I would say first do the warm up the shoulders or rotate the cuff a little bit. Open up the shoulders as well. If you want some flexibility routines, I'm pretty sure I have something on YouTube, so just check it out. So after the warm-up, I would do some, maybe a set of chest-to-wall handstands, so she did that, and then after that, going for some kick-ups. So right now she did the kick-ups, so she has a pretty good feeling of how the kick-up looks like. Now we're going for the kick-up and the handstand together. So I would say the training officially starts right now, so she will go for a kick-up and trying to catch the handstand. Let's see what happens. So she is already sometimes holding a handstand for about 10 seconds or so, but she's not very consistent. So if you're terribly inconsistent, which means you need like fucking 5-10 kick-ups to catch something, then I would suggest having a partner there is very, very nice, because he can assist you. When you do a good kick-up, he should assist you a little bit with the hold. So first, let's actually show that one. So she'll kick up, and I will be standing here, so stand next to you. Make sure you don't get kicked in the face. Let's go. So hands about shoulder width apart, nice kick up, push tall. Yes, perfect. And then here you try to assist her with a balance. So if you see that she's not in a good line, you try to fix it. Relax the abs here a little bit, yes, yes. Good, good, and come down, come down. It's always best if you actually come down by yourself. So when you decide to come down from the handstand, that's when you come down from the handstand. If you lose the balance and then go down, it's not really a successful set. So this is very important. So this is a very good success rate. She did a successful set. The next one will be even better. Boom. So let's say in between the handstand, you don't need a 5-minute pause. I would suggest anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes. So, but you should be relaxed. It's not a very intense practice. It's a skill-based practice. You should be really focusing, and I would suggest some juggling in between. So here we got some balls. Boom. So learning how to juggle is actually like very nice, and it helps maintaining focus and some sensitivity in the fingers while doing the hand balancing. And pretty much all successful hand balancers can juggle better than me, you know, because this was a bit shitty, but yeah. But definitely, juggling also something to adopt if you're serious about hand balancing. Maybe you want to learn a one-arm handstand in the future. It's very nice. Sometimes I use this overhead juggling just for the warm-up because it feels very nice. You can even go into a squat. Makes it very demanding for overhead position. So it's a fucking nightmare if you're limited in the shoulders. But yeah, doing some juggling in between the handstand sets really works. It helps a lot. So yeah, boom. Spela, let's go. Nice kick up. So here, feet together. Make sure they're in a good alignment. Boom, very nice. Beautiful. Come down. Yes. Come down through a tuck, a pike press negative. So doing the tuck pike press negative is very nice because then you're working on your shoulder mobility here in the tuck handstand because your lower back is rounded. So in the deep tuck, it's very difficult to maintain open shoulders in the handstand. So doing a negative, if you're capable of doing one every set now and then, can really strengthen your shoulders for the pike press as well. So in that case, I would like you to come down like this. So, oh fucking shit. Horrible, but even that happens. Okay, so from here, I would like you to come down like this, with chin is completely vertical and opening the shoulders. So not letting the shoulders collapse, but keeping them open right here. Boom. Then go into a tuck as deep as you can, and just come down. Boom. Let's go. A bit shitty kick up. Let's go one more. Okay. Push tall, shoulders a bit forward. Falling over. Cool. Falling over. Come down from a tuck. Yes. Beautiful. Boom. So the first exercise, I would go with assisted holds. So if there's somebody, you have a friend or somebody to assist you, fucking fantastic. So it's nice if they know what the handstand actually is and how to kind of align you properly, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to explain them a little bit, or maybe you have some friends who you do training with, so it'd be very nice if you have somebody who actually knows how a good line looks. I would say here, don't complicate it too much. If a person is limited here in the shoulders, it's not gonna be a perfectly aligned handstand, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to go for that. So if a person has shoulder limitation, if the shoulder can go up to here, then it will have to open up in the thoracic spine, and there will be a slight arch here, and that's okay. So if you're limited in the shoulders, you will not have a perfect line, but it's still okay. You can still practice the handstand. It's just gonna look slightly different. So I wouldn't worry too much. You know, in gymnastics, it's really like posterior pelvic tilt, but you know, like fully posterior pelvic, that's this. I hope my handstand doesn't look like this, because it doesn't look very straight. So fully posterior is not a good cue. So here, most of my students, I have to tell them, relax the pelvis, because all of them trying too much to be here, and they're very limited in the shoulders. So just something like, and this would be anterior, so slight, posterior, duck, boom, that's it. And the abs are relaxed in the handstand. So it's not like squeezing here, you need core tightness for the handstand, you know? So it's mostly about here, balancing with the traps, the shoulder position, being aware of where your feet placed, your hips, your shoulders. So it's a lot more than just core. Or I never felt core actually after the handstand practice. I think most hand balancers will agree. So yeah, don't be so obsessed with posterior pelvic tilt. Just, I actually look from the side and kind of look like this, you know, and then see, if I see a straight line, then it's good. So I think that's a good cue. Boom, so beginner handstand practice, warm up, then assisted holds with somebody helping you. If that is still too difficult, I would say go up, chest against the wall. So if the kick up is still like looking like shit, so if you're a bit more beginner than Spela, you would go up to the wall, and then you would have your friend here telling you, okay, so now she's too posterior, so here I just move the feet a bit over. Boom. This is a handstand, you see. And that way you can help your friend to achieve the handstand, assist him by the wall. Make sure that they push tall, they're in a good line. But if they're balancing, then fantastic. And then come down safely. Always make sure to not hold it to max and be able to come down safely. Very important. As for the sets, for beginners, I would suggest anyway, maybe starting with 5, but then I think 10 and up to 20 sets is completely doable. But definitely start with a lower number, then slowly progress. So starting with assisted holds, maybe she usually does about 5, maybe 10 sets of me assisting her, and then she goes for some kick-ups. So going specifically just learning the kick-up. In that case, she could do scissor kick-ups. Step a bit further. So scissor kick-ups, switching the legs when you kick up. So it's nice because you can spend some extra time on your hands. So this will be a very careful one, and then you try to lift the legs a little bit higher. Make sure not to go too far into a banana. Here it's a bit tricky, so make sure not to do this. Try to keep the legs straight. So ideally you would be moving through a handstand here. So, and here you see I spend quite a lot of time on my hands. So this would be a very good way also to practice both legs and get used to that feeling of kicking up into a handstand. Boom. So that is one version. I think Spela can do it. Fantastic. Yes, yes, yes. Pull the hips a bit more over. Yes, nice. Nice. Okay, this one a bit too low. Think about it, you don't have to rush through it. A bit higher. Okay, a bit too much into banana, but still good, still good. Not gonna be always perfect. Nice. Nice. Perfect. So let's say first she does about 5-10 sets of assisted handstand, whether here with a kick up and somebody is assisting you, or next to the wall. Then on the wall, you can also, if you don't have anybody assisting you, you can also do scissor, switching the feet basically in a chest wall handstand. So it looks like this. I would be here, and then I'll put one foot away from the wall, and then try to switch them. Boom. So here, remaining in a good line, and just try to switch the feet. And here, spending like an extra second in the handstand, or you can just go from here, move the feet away, and then try to balance. So this is also nice, but in that case, you might want to have somebody assisting you just in case you fall over, or learn how to fall over. But again, success rate. If you're falling over every set, it's too demanding, take a step back, or have somebody here so you don't get used to that falling over, because then you do it very often, becomes a habit, and it's difficult to get rid of it. So, yeah, 5 to 10 sets assisted handstand, then going for kick-ups. So let's try another one, just a normal kick-up, putting the legs together, and come down. Yes, and you decide also when you want to come down. Go. A bit too much, but a good save, very nice save. Okay, so now a bit less. Think about it. Here I'll be, in her case, she can almost catch it. So here I would go with a kind of catching it for a second and then deciding to come down. Yes, good. A bit too low. Okay, take your time, take your time. Come down. Yes. Perfecto. Perfect. Okay, not bad. Good save. Also, she decided to go down. Very nice. Let's go for one more. Regarding the reps, I would say as long as you can maintain focus. So if focus drops after 5 sets, you're feeling you're getting more and more inconsistent, make sure to drop it. If you feel like you can maintain your focus for a longer time, you can go for 5, maybe even 10 reps per set. In each case, take your time. Take your time. Focus. Okay. One more. Try to catch it for a second. Come down. Beautiful. You see, when you're doing good stuff keeps happening. You know, now she was definitely very nervous, doing this in front of the camera. She usually practices alone. Handstand also, by the way, much easier if you're by yourself in a quiet room, so with as less distraction as possible. I would say definitely good to train it all over the place, because you can do it all over the place. So why not have some fun? But definitely in the beginning, it's definitely easier with less distractions in a room where shit is not moving and jumping around, people are not walking by you. So it's definitely easier if you do it that way. But also definitely good to sometimes maybe even better under pressure. You know, some people get a bit better under pressure, some people get a bit worse. So if you're one of those people who gets better, then maybe somebody watching you, you'll do a better set. So in that case, it's okay to practice with somebody. Okay, so after 5 to 10 sets of assisted holds, I would go for about 5 sets of kick-ups like she did now. 2-minute pause in between, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, doesn't really matter as long as you have time. Here I wouldn't be in a rush also, definitely makes the balance shittier, because then you get a lot of pump in the forearms, you're failing, you want to just keep doing another set, while you should just fucking take your time. And juggling here really helps. Okay, so after the kick-ups, then I would just finish up with maybe assisted holds if a person is on that level. So for her, I would definitely suggest that. So a bit longer time under tension and going for a hold, really learning how to balance. Or if you're not on that level yet, just finishing up with a chest to wall handstand would be perfect. So let's go, let's try one handstand. You kick up. Boom, shoulders a bit forward, push tall, perfect. Okay, you're falling over, yes. Yes. Okay, and then you help them with the balance. Here it's also nice, like when they're a beginner, you can check the balance here. When they're more advanced, you can check it here. So check it through the chest, feet a bit higher, Spela, feet a bit higher. Yes, yes, push tall, come down, yes. So later on in advance, the lower you assist them, the more difficult it's gonna be, because then they have to take care of their own feet. So if here, it's a bit too easy, just assist them here with where the chest is. Boom. So then a few sets of this one, and then maybe finishing up with a chest to wall handstand. Yes, let's go, Spela. One applause for Spela. Boom. Žena za sva vremena. So, and yeah, fuck it, just a chest to wall handstand hold. No. Feet against the wall, but make the feet light. That's the secret. Relax the pelvis a little bit more. Yes. Breathe, breathe. Breathing is very important. If you don't breathe in a handstand, you're fucked. So make sure when you kick up, start to breathe. As soon as you catch it, I would start to breathe. Because if you're gonna hold it, then as soon as you let go, you'll let go of all the tension, you usually lose balance. Fantastic, and then walk down. Boom. A wonderful exercise, if this is very strict, like if you're a complete beginner, would be also, if just walk up to the handstand is fucking difficult, then I would suggest just spending some time working on that. It's also very important, a way to build strength. So here I would go like, I would start in a push-up support position, then I would go like very slowly, pushing tall with the shoulder, walking with the feet just up to the handstand, like get into a good line, push tall, boom, look to the floor, and then also come down, back into push-up support position. Boom. So just doing this one, if you're a complete beginner, just doing this is fantastic. And let's say you're very limited in the shoulders, chest to wall handstand is too difficult, it's too much weight, then simply your wrists are hurting, then simply use a feet assisted tuck handstand. Beautiful for opening the shoulders, for getting strength there, and also fantastic to actually get the hips, learn to get the hips over and pushing the shoulders in. So you go like this, keep your feet there, you can keep them on a couch or on a shelf, whatever, and then pushing the shoulders in. So she's very flexible in the shoulders, so there's a perfect line you see, and here nicely posterior. So it also makes sure you're posterior here. So beautiful position. Pushing tall, come down. And also I would look at the floor. So I would, in a chest to wall as well, I would look at the floor, because then you get that feeling, you know, because there's a lot of feedback you're getting here from your vision. So handstand with eyes closed, I can do it, but you know, it's for a beginner, it's much more demanding. So in that case, I would always look at the floor to get used to that. Also, if you have the head in, always much easier to have your shoulders, like it's much easier to open the shoulders with a head in handstand. So you can use it to open up the shoulders, but with a chest to wall, I wouldn't always use it because it's actually slightly easier. So here also, I would look at the floor, maybe use a head in for a single set or 2 sets to really open the shoulders, and then I would look at the floor to make it a bit more challenging. So for me, you can see that I don't have a perfect line because I'm a little bit limited in the shoulders, so mine looks slightly different. I have to work extra hard here to get the shoulders stacked in, pushing tall. So this for me is a fucking nightmare. But just because of that, this really works beautifully. So for me, if you're limited in the shoulders, this pretty much feels for me more difficult than the free balancing handstand. So yeah, but it reinforces proper form, so it's a great way to practice. So boom, that's basically it. That's a beginner handstand training session. So this is slightly advanced, I would say maybe intermediate, but I showed you also how to practice as a beginner. So start with about 5 sets. If everything else is too difficult, just start with this one, the last one. So feet assisted tuck handstand. You can pretty much do it anywhere. So just something like using a heavy bag would also work. You can have knees bent, so there is not so much weight on the shoulders and on the wrists, but it's actually very good for opening the shoulders, to getting strength there and learning the proper position. Need a little bit of water. Boom. Okay, so I think we got it covered. So start with about 5 to 10 sets of assisted handstand, maybe with a kick up, maybe against the wall. Make sure to learn how to fail as well if you're practicing by yourself. Then after that, move on to some kick up work. So learning how to actually kick up into the handstand, whether the scissor kick ups or the normal ones. Again, about 5 sets, and then finish up with some chest wall handstands or some feet assisted tuck handstand work. Boom. I think that's about it. Spela, come here. Boom. Okay, so that's about it from today's training with me and Spela. If you want to see more of Spela, definitely just write in the comment section. But yeah, boom, that's about it for today. Thank you for your attention, and if there's anything you would like to see specific in the next video, just write down in the comment section. Boom, Dominic Sky. Also check out Instagram, Renaissance Man 369, and Dominic, no, not Sky Calisthenics 369. Boom, that's it. Thank you, Spela.
Bye.
See you next time. Boom.